we'll get started, guys. Why don't we start out with just a smidgy of quick multiplication fact review. So who wants to be the one to shout out multiplication problems? All right, Dash, you be the one to shout it out. And
okay.
let's see how quickly you can do 10 problems and with us shouting out the answers. Let me
Okay.
my stopwatch when you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
9 times 8.
9 times 8 is 72.
7 times 4.
7 times 28.
28.
6 times 12.
72.
2 times 10.
Oh, sorry guys, you're in the way. Hold on, there we go.
9 times 9.
81.
7 times 7.
49.
5 times 10.
50.
That's 50.
3 times 7.
21.
12 times 10.
120.
5 times 9.
45.
45.
8 times 3.
24.
Nice.
9
That was your 10th problem, and it took you 1 minute and 4 seconds and 63 milliseconds. Hadley, if I was brand new to using a multiplication chart and I knew I wanted to find 7 times 4, can you use your words only to tell me like what directions to go in, like maybe how to use my fingers to find it?
So you would put a finger on 7 on the top row, and then you would put your other finger on 4th row, and you would drag them until their meeting point.
Perfect. Yes, until their meeting point of 28. Nice job, guys. Our next thing will be to go over our homework.
Can I go?
Dash, I guess you would like to go first. That is fine with me. And I'll pull up a whiteboard, like a blank thing on the screen, so that if you want to draw what you're doing, because it's an area model, so you could draw the rectangle and show us.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I will do that. Okay.
Hey, Hadley, I'm gonna private message you for a minute.
All right. So my problem was 48 times 20.
Okay. Okay, so here's your rectangle.
Okay. So this might look a little messy. Sorry. So
No worries.
40 here.
Mm-hmm.
So this here. And then 8 here.
Okay, 40 plus 8 is 48.
And then here we go. So 20 here.
Mm-hmm.
0 here.
Okay.
And so 20 times 40 is 800.
Okay, and really small, maybe we can even, I'll help you. We'll write the multiplication problem in the box too. So that'll be 20
Okay.
times 40.
All right. And then 0 times 40 is 0.
Hi, Ashley, by the way.
And then 0 times 8 is 0. And then 20 times 8 is 160. And 800 plus 160 is 960. So that gives us the answer to 48 times 20.
So Ashley, since you just joined us, we're going over our homework where we use the area model multiplication. And we just found out that 48 times 20 is 960. Rosie, could you use just words to explain how we got the number 800 in this box?
When you got 800 in this box, you multiplied 2 times 4, which is 8. Which is 8, and then you added the 2 zeros.
Yes. Dashel, can you use these 3 numbers and create a division sentence for us?
960, 48, and 20. Sure. One sec. 960 divided by 48 equals 20.
So I could write that 960 divided by 48, and my answer would be 20 up top. And really quick, great job, yay. Really quick, I can show you guys the standard way that we would multiply 48 times 20. So normally when we would multiply 48 by 20, we still have to multiply the number 48 by the 0 in the ones place, and we also have to multiply 48 by the 20 in the tens place. So do you guys mind on your paper copying down 48 times 20? And we're actually going to copy it down 4 times. And each time we will circle the 2 numbers that we are multiplying. So thanks for the arrows, but you can probably get rid of those just because they're going to get in the way.
Was that?
So we're copying down 48 times 20 4 separate times, just so you can see how, just like the 4 boxes of the rectangle, we have 4 things to multiply, even without having area model. Alrighty. And then hold those up to the screen once you do 48 times 20 the 4 separate times, and you circled which numbers are getting multiplied together. The 8 and the 0, the 4 and the 0, the 8 with the 20, and the 4 with the 20.
It's up there.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, and once you have the 4, especially if you have different colors like I do, you can feel free to use the different colors. We will write 48 times 20 one last time so that we can like put all those 4 pieces together in just one standard problem. You have yours, Ashley. You wrote this down 4 times and you circled what numbers are getting multiplied?
I had to circle the numbers that are getting multiplied.
Perfect. Well, as you're writing and circling, I'm going to start asking questions and we'll start filling things in. So Hadley, you can get step 1. Can you tell me, based on what is circled, what 2 numbers get multiplied together?
8 times 0, so...
Yeah, that's 0, because it's basically saying you have 8 cookies. No, you don't, because you have 0 times. So you have 0. In the first problem, we will write 0, and in our very last problem, where we're putting the parts together, write a 0 right underneath. Then, Rosie, you can have step 2. What's getting multiplied by 0 here?
4 times 0, which is also 0.
Yep. You have 4 cookies. Actually, don't, because you have 0 times. So 0 gets written in step 2 and in our final problem where we're putting it all together. So far, I've got 2 zeros. Now, even draw an arrow, because I'm about to show you something special. So the arrow is like, hey, something special coming in our math. Now for Dashel number 3, I'm getting
Okay.
to multiply what two numbers together?
On number 3, you multiply 8 and 2.
Yes, but what's so special about that 2? Because it's not really 2.
Oh, well, it's 20.
It is. And if you look at the number 20, if I were to look at how it's made up of 10s and 1s, 20 is made up of 2 10s and what else?
0 ones.
0 1s. So in our multiplication, we can't forget that there's a 0 in the ones place. So next to this special arrow, before we even do the multiplying, we write a 0. Can you guys do that and show me by holding it up to the screen how I'm ready to multiply by the 20? And I've got to put a 0 because 20 has a 0 in the ones. Thanks, Rosie. Hadley, you got it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful.
May I show my homework after this?
Oh, yes. And then Dashel, I did tell you you could have number 3. So what is 8 times 2 or 8 times 20?
Or 8 times 20, that would be 160.
Yes, 160. Since we already put the 0 as like our place stopper, we get to write the 16 because 1 and 6 and 0 right next to each other is 160. The way that we do that is we write the 6 with the 16 and we carry the 1. So it's sort of like when you have to add with regrouping, the digit of 1 gets put up top at the next place value spot. So you can see right above the 40, I put a 1. Oh yeah, and then 3, my answer was 16 down here. And then Ashley, number 4. What two numbers are we multiplying together?
4 times 2,
Yes, 4 times 2, which is
8.
8. And we remember that technically it's 4 times 20, and that's why the 0 was over there. And if you can see in the final problem, we have 4 times 2 is 8, but then we just have to add that 1 that's on top. So what's 4 times 2 plus 1?
9.
Yeah, 9. When we add it together, you add in those zeros, your final answer is 960.
60.
But just like Dash found using his homework area model, I think his homework made it a bit easier, but it's important to know how to use this method to multiply too, because when you get into the bigger grades, they usually want you to be able to do it this way and get to do it faster and faster. All right. Rosie, what was your homework?
My homework was, sorry, it's 35 times 50.
Right?
So,
You need me to draw for you, or are you able to draw on the screen?
Is it showing up on your screen?
It is, thank you.
Okay.
So the first thing that we do is break down each number. 35 is the same as 30 plus.
Okay, so then we put a 30, yeah. Here.
Like dividing it into 10s and 1s.
And then,
Also bonus points if you're copying this down for extra credit. Maybe you'll be the one to pick our first mystery number. Oh, yours was 15. I don't know why I thought you said 50. I'll fix mine.
okay, then, so this, we can multiply 3 times 1, which is, obviously 3, and then add the 2 zeros, which is 300. And then,
I'll help you write each multiplication in each box, and you write the answer.
okay, so then we have 3 times 5, which is 15, and then add the zeros. So it would be, yeah, it would be, so 150, if I can write that on here. There we go. All right, then this one down here is 5 times 10, and that one would be 5 times 1 is 5, and then add the 0 is 50. And then for the last one, it's 5 times 5, which is 25.
Mhm.
And then over here, you can add, so you can, what I did was I just added 300 plus 50, and then I did 100, or sorry, I did 150 plus 50, which I know is 200, and then, so 200,
Oh,
Oh,
you can write
sorry.
it, sorry. We'll just take
200 plus 325.
I like it. A little butterfly adding right here.
And then I just added those together, which is, here, let me just, which is 525.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, I'm just typing something. Actually, anywho, great job, guys. Does anyone have extra credit because they copied down Rosie's homework and they get to pick a number? Hey, great job.
Sadly, no.
Great job, Hadley. So these are some fun, cute little pandas. And when you pick a number, you're either going to get a star or a little dance. So we could pretend it's like a contest. Whoever has the most stars at the end wins. What number would you like, Hadley?
5.
Let's see what it is. You get the happy panda. Nice job. Hadley, do you have your homework from last time?
Yeah.
And Ashley, do you have yours from last time? Because if you don't, I can share it with you.
Wait, can you share it? Because I don't really know what you're telling me.
Yes. So last time in our work plan, I wrote down a multiplication problem for you, and yours is 51 times 12. So why don't you write that down, 51 times 12, and while Hadley is showing us how to solve hers, you can practice yours so that you can be ready. All righty.
Okay, now.
Hadley, can you see this whiteboard?
No.
No.
Okay, then I'll just stop the share and reshare it with you guys. All righty. But yeah, dash fresco, that's like when you're talking about the weather is cool outside, and fico is
Yeah.
when I say something is cool, like it's cool. Can everybody see it now, the whiteboard?
Yeah.
Yes,
Alrighty. Hadley, are you able to write on the screen, or should I help you with that?
Rosie shared
Or private chatted.
so I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, yeah, it does. Right.
Cool. So
Then-
what's your
then-
problem again, Hadley?
Then
What?
press draw, Hadley.
Can you guys see? I just drew a square.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. What's your math problem?
My problem is 63 times 12.
Okay, so I'll write 63 times 12 at the top. And then we're going to break down 63 into tens and ones. 63. And Rosie, share with me what you shared with Hadley, like to help her know how to draw on the screen, because that's really cool. Maybe in
Okay.
the chat.
Okay. I'll just tell everyone. I think
You
some of
can send it to everybody.
Okay, let's see here, everyone.
And then again, bonus points if you're writing this down. Ashley, you already get bonus points because you're working on your homework. All right, so what should we multiply first?
We should multiply 60 times 10.
Okay. And that is equal to,
600.
okay. What should we do next?
10 times 3.
Okay.
Which equals, why isn't this writing? Why isn't this writing?
I could write it for you if you like.
Sure, it's just like, wait, let me see if this, yeah, like stop writing for me.
Weird. It's okay, technology, gotta love it. What should we do next?
We should do 60 times 2,
Okay, and that one is,
120
yes. And last,
is 2 times 3,
and that equals,
6.
right? How did you do the adding in a way that was easy for you?
I just, if you can see right here, I just kind of like added them up.
Sure, so you just wrote them in their columns. That makes sense. So we have 600, 30, 120, and 6. And what did you get as your final answer?
My final answer, all that equaled 756.
Okay, 756. Awesome. And I will stop the share so that if you got extra credit because you copied this down, you can show us. Anybody? Anybody? Nice.
Bottom here.
All right, what number would you like?
What was Hadley's last time? I
Hers was
forgot.
5.
Okay. I'm choosing number 1.
Number 1. You got the sleepy panda. Or like
This is
the sleepy panda.
That looks like my sister half the day.
Really? That's fine.
We had a long day.
Are you ready to show us your homework? Yes or no? Or maybe. Because if your answer is maybe, then we could kind of help you work on it together.
I don't really know if it's the right answer, but I think it's 100. No, wait. So 51 times 12 is 610.
All right. So I think what we're gonna do is, Ashley, are you able to write on the screen? Yes or no?
I don't know how to do it.
No. You're probably-
Ashley, I got everyone instructions at the bottom in the chat.
But I was trying to solve my answer, Rosie.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
now
She
you
was
can-
a little busy solving
Okay,
her answer.
so at the top, there's this thing next to you are viewing Julie Brown's screen. Then, so next to it, there's this black thing with white text that says View Options. If you click on that, it will say Zoom Rito, Hide View Panel, Request Remote Control, Annotate, Exit Full Screen, Slide by Slide Mode. Click Annotate, and you'll see so click Annotate, the one that's it's
I-
spelled
Okay, I pressed my screen and at the top you said?
yeah, next to your viewing Julie Brown. Are you on an iPhone?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there's different stuff for that. Okay. So at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
at the bottom, I believe there's a blue circle with a
With
little
a
pencil.
pencil.
Yeah, click
I
that,
say.
and then
okay.
you can write on the screen. So click that, and then you can write on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, Rosie, how are you such a technology wizard?
Well, whenever our Wi-Fi crashes, I have to use the hotspot on my parents' phone, so you kind of learn.
Wow.
Oh my.
Options.
So I clicked that, but things get on in, and I can't. So now I just touched this.
So
So I touched the circle with the little pencil on it, and then stuff come on.
okay, so what do you see when you click that?
I see eraser, color, date. I don't know what is that.
Okay,
And
so click color, I believe, and then choose whichever color you want,
okay.
and then try and write on Miss Brown's screen.
Let me pick a color. Blue. Okay, now what do I do?
Now just draw on the screen with your finger, if you can.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, you have arrow. Wait,
I
did someone put an arrow here?
I didn't.
I put a color and
It
like,
might be. Okay,
Mm.
so all right. What else do you? Okay.
I know
Do you know how to share your screen, Ashley?
Oh, I see she's writing.
Oh, there.
It'll work. Yeah. So Ashley, in the first box, you would need to write the answer to what is 50 times 10, since the first box, that's what we multiply together.
I don't know what happened when I pressed the color. I don't know how, like the arrow came on.
Oh,
That's
you might have
weird.
been. Yeah. So
I
like
just pressed the color.
when you're on the computer, that says mouse, text, draw, stamp, arrow. You might have clicked maybe arrow on the phone.
No, I just select a color and I just started drawing, but I never pressed arrow.
Hey, Ash and Rosie, thank you so much for trying to figure this out. And the more we Zoom together, I think the better we'll get, especially because Rosie's the expert. But since
I do have a computer, but
time for today, Dash, could you write the answers on the screen, whatever Ashley tells you to write?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Ashley, kind of just use your words and we'll figure this out more later. What would you tell Dashiell to write for 50 times 10?
50 times 10, 500.
Thank you. And if you want, Rosie, on the right, you could start writing the numbers that we will be adding together. For example, 500. All right, Ashley, what next? 10 times 1.
That's easy, 10.
Okay. And then 50 times 2.
1,000.
Well, I only noticed 50 has 1 0, so that's like one place value bigger. Let's see.
Well, 100.
1,000?
100.
Yeah, because 5 times 2 is 10, but we have to move it over a place value.
Yeah, is that
100.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
No, I got that thought too, so don't worry about it. And then what's last?
2 times 1 equals 2.
Yes. And Hadley, do you want to solve the adding for us?
Sure.
Rosie wrote them on the side.
Thank you. Okay, so 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. 2.
And then 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 plus 1 is 6.
Perfect. So you were right, Ashley, 612. Awesome. Let's make sure everyone gets to pick a number.
I actually
I have
said 610.
Oh, so you were really close. You just forgot to add the 2.
it.
You haven't
8.
picked yet?
I have it. 8.
8. All right, you get jump roping, Panda. Woohoo! You guys all stand up and do a little jump roping. He's moving rather fast. It's like supersonic Panda. Ashley, I don't think you've picked yet. Right?
No.
Okay.
Number 9.
Number 9. I wonder if you'll get a star. Oh, it's loading. The suspense is killing me. Come on, slideshow.
Bum.
Bum, bum. Well, I'll let you know when it finishes loading to let you know the mystery of if Ashley got a star or not. Let's move on to our assignment for today. So that's where we need our packets.
Okay.
And it should be page 67 in your packet, but really just open up to the math and find where it says lesson 10 quiz. Can you guys see on the screen lesson 10 quiz?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I found it.
But let me just get to the page. Which page
Okay.
did you say it was on?
For me, it was page 67.
67.
For me,
Nice.
it just said page 1.
Yeah, like when you open up to the math.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
But you can look at the top of the math, and it's next to right next to
For me,
lesson
no,
4
page
quiz.
Okay, I'm on the page.
All right. Number 1, would you read it for us, Ashley, where it says Rick?
Rick is planting a garden. He has 60 seeds in each row of the garden. How many seeds will he plant in 7 rows?
Awesome. Do you see the notes that I was writing where I wrote down the number 60 and 7?
Yes.
Yes.
And then what does it say about groups and stuff? Could you read that?
Groups times number in each.
So when we multiply, the first factor is always the number of groups. And you can picture that like circles, and you put something inside each circle. So my question to Ashley is, which one is the group's number? Is it 7 or 60?
60.
Okay. Would you read the part where it says he plants 60?
He plants 60 in each row.
Each row, okay. So we've got these rows, and we could even try to picture rows in our brain, like row 1, row 2, 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7. And then the seeds go in each row. Do you know how many go in each row?
60.
Yeah, 60. So 60 in each. So since I'm saying 60 in each, 60 is the second number. And which one is the number of groups?
7.
7.
7. So 7 times 60. And what is the answer to 7 times 60?
The answer to 7 times 60 is Definitely not 67, I can tell you that. it's
Not 42.
I believe it's 420.
Do you agree, Ashley?
Yes.
Yes,
If
so
we-
we may circle C for that.
I knew that just because of process of elimination, because we already know it's not either of the top two, and we know it's not 600 because that's 10.
Mhm.
So the only one left is C.
Yes.
I knew it because 6 times 7 is 42, and if you add the 0, you get 420.
Play. I actually would like for you guys to each pick your favorite multiplication problem, something like 7 times 4, those types of things, and I'm going to write it down on the screen. Dash, what would you like?
I like 8 times 8.
Okay, and the answer to that is?
64.
Okay, Hadley, what would you like?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Rosie, what would you like?
Out of multiplication problems?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Probably, I don't know why, I just like the 9s times tables in general because they're fun.
Okay. 9 times, what would you like?
9 times, 9 times 6.
Okay, which is?
54.
Alrighty, Ashley, what multiplication problem would you like?
I mostly like 10. So 10 times 10, 100.
Perfect. Thank you. And Hadley, did you think of one?
4 times 6.
Okay, and that one is? Yes, 24. If you guys don't mind writing down what I just did, you don't have to put the person's name down, but can you write 8 times 8 is 64 and all that good jazz?
Where should we put it? In our notebooks or on the screen?
On your notebooks, but good question. I probably should have said that.
I'm writing it in my copybook.
Perfect. Yep, copybook works. Okay. Everybody good if I stop the share the screen? Do we have them ready?
Not
Oh,
yet.
I'm no.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we good?
No,
Yes.
I'm not.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let my friends help you out. Like if you're like, wait, what was Rosie's? Then they'll tell you what it is. So just shout out your question and we'll help you out.
Which one is Rosie's?
Mine is 9 times
9
6.
times 6.
Okay.
That equals
60, or sorry, not 60, 54.
Okay. And somewhere on your paper, copy down this chart, kind of like you see me doing. Draw a line at the top, and then we'll make one column at a time. So the first column is O for ones. The second column is a small t for tens. Next column is a small h for hundreds. Then the next one, we'll give it a capital T H for thousands. And then I'll just do the number 10 and a TH for 10,000. I'll do the number 100 and a TH for 100,000. And then an M for million is the very last column. So I notice, I think 7 columns. And hold it up to the screen once you have this chart so that I'll know you're ready to multiply. Hey, Rosie's good, thank you.
I'm gonna have to do 2 columns because I thought it was gonna be way shorter.
Okie doke. Cool, Dash, you got yours.
1 sec.
Awesome, I can definitely see it better without San Francisco. Thank you. Have you ever been to San Francisco, Dash?
No,
But maybe one day?
maybe.
All right. Yeah, my first place I would love to visit is Hawaii more than California.
That'd be pretty. My
Okay,
aunt's
Ashley's
from Hawaii.
ready. Thanks, Ash.
Okay.
Are you ready, Hadley?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Now if I go back to the spiffy looking one right here, and Dashel, I know you are able to write on the screen.
Yeah.
So do you mind writing the number 64? The 4 would be in the ones and the 60 would be in the tens. Okay, and then Dash, what would you like to multiply 64 by? 10, 100, or 1,000?
Let's go with, we're going big, 1,000.
All right, so everybody else on their papers can write 64 in the chart. And Dashiell's going to show you on the screen how to multiply by 1,000. How many zeros, Dash?
3.
So that means 64 gets moved over 3 place values. So if you don't mind drawing arrows from the 6, you can show like an arrow to the hundreds. That's 1 arrow, 2 arrows, and 3 arrows. And then right down here, you can put the 6 because we've moved it, like you could draw a 6. We had to move 6 over 3 place values, so now it's in the 10,000s place. And then go ahead and do 3 arrows to move the 4 over by 3 place values to the left. And write the number 4. 4 got moved all the way to the thousands.
Then we can move, then we could put the zeros.
Yes, the zeros are kind of just like the placeholder so that we know there's no hundreds, no tens, no ones. So the answer for 64 times 1,000 is
6,400. 400. Sorry.
64,000. Yeah, because the 4 is in the thousands place.
Yeah.
64,000. So that is what our final answer should look like. 64 times 1,000 is 64,000.
Can I do the next one?
Yeah, and then Hadley and Ashley, would you be upset if you guys do yours like our next Zoom meeting if we have to keep going?
We wouldn't be upset.
So Rosie, your problem was 9 times 6 is 56. What would you like to multiply by? 10, 100, 1,000?
We'll do 100.
All right. So your first step is to write 56. So that would be 6 in the ones, 50 in the tens, and we can all copy this down on our papers and draw zeros just like you show us. Okay, how many zeros?
Oops. Hold on.
Oops, I need to wait for you, sorry.
This is being odd. All right, here we go. Here's the 5. Okay, there we go. Now, since we're doing by hundreds, we can put an arrow.
You have to move over 2 place values, so with 2 zeros.
I can't seem to make an arrow. It just wants to go the other way.
Okay, we can just draw an arrow.
Okay. So then what? Oh my God. My goodness. All right. Then here's another arrow. So that puts 56. The 5 here.
Yep, 50 gets moved to the thousands place.
And
6.
6 goes. So it goes 1. It's 1. It's kind of hard.
I guess if I were you, yeah, just like that. Draw the arrows like above the numbers.
And then here. So the 6 goes.
And so your answer would be 56 times 100 equals.
It would be 500. Sorry, 5,600.
Yeah, because the 5 is in the thousands place, the 6 is in the hundreds place, and there's just zeros in the tens and the units. Sometimes you might hear this number also called 5,600, which makes sense because we started with 56, and then when we look at our chart, the 6 is in the hundreds. So I guess that makes sense. All right, I have to pick someone to, you know, I think I'm gonna have Ashley pick a new number, only because the 9 kept on loading and loading and loading. So Ashley, what number would you like instead of 9?
10 or 8. Or 1.
Or 5.
3.
She picks 3. Oh, you got the bouncing crazy panda. I love it. I love it. So far, nobody's found a star though yet, so I hope we find one before the end of our lesson. All right, now let's quickly get through our work for today. And let's see, after we do this work, can we see the quiz again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right after we do this, I'll just explain your fun homework, and it's actually using a maze for your homework, so I think you will like it. Number 2, which expressions have a value of 120? Go ahead and shout those out.
2 times 60,
60.
60 times 2 is 3 times 40, 40 times 3.
Yes. So we should circle A and D and B and F.
Miss Brown, can we just do this last one down here? Because it doesn't make much sense to me, and I want to figure it out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that last one. You're
Cool,
talking about number 3? Number 3, you mean, Dashel?
Yeah.
Ashley, all these multiplication problems that I wrote in purple pen, they all equal the same product. They all equal
12.
12.
120.
And that's the same as number 2. If we added a 0 in one of our place values, it just shifts it over from 12 to 120. All right, yes, let's do number 3. I agree that it was a bit tricky. Dash, want to read where it says Jessica?
Jessica puts all her pencils into 3 baskets. She puts 50 pencils into each basket. How many pencils does Jessica have in all? Use factors and groupings to complete the problem. Fill in the blanks with numbers from the box. Numbers may be used more than once.
All right, so this is just like a puzzle, I guess, or like a game. The key to winning this game is that the equal sign means that everything on the left is the same as everything on the right. Even though it looks a bit different, the numbers will equal the same, like 20 equals 20. And another trick for winning this game is looking at what's the same and what's different. So right now, I'm giving you the clue. What is the same on both sides of the equal sign?
3.
Number 3. So we can leave the number 3 alone. But what is different is
50.
we've got 50 on one side and we've got 10 on the other side. So
Oh, so it would be maybe
multiplied by 10 would be the
5.
same as 50.
5.
5 times 10 would be the same as 50.
Are we supposed to make our own now?
You can write it in your paper like it is on the screen, yep. So if you look to see that we have parentheses over here, maybe, I feel like all my drawings are not actually helping. See how we've got the parentheses here and they match the parentheses here?
Yes.
My brother wants to say hi.
Oh, okay, come say hi. Hey, brother, what's your name again?
Maxwell.
Max?
Maxwell or Max.
Maxwell. Okay, whichever you prefer. Right. So we have 5 times 10 because we know 5 times 10 is the same as 50. And so if I look at my pieces in the puzzle, I wrote the 10, I wrote the 5. What did I not write so far?
The
The 3.
3.
The 3. All right. Then if we notice, what happens to the parentheses on the third line?
They get small.
Do you see any more of these parentheses down here?
Nope.
They went away, which means we actually have to solve what's inside the parentheses. What is 5 times 10?
5 times 50. 50.
Yeah. Okay, so we solved what's inside of the parentheses. What's left to write?
The
Times 3.
The times 3. Mm-hmm. And then they only have one line left over. That means they actually want the answer.
150.
150 pencils, yes.
a lot of pencils.
So really, we just used the factors of 5 and 10. Help us replace 5 and the 10 with 50. Are we okay if I erase this and keep going?
Yes.
All right, number 4. There are 3 groups of 30 students. So you know what, let me just stop right there and start drawing 3 groups of 30 students in the school library. Each student checks out 2 books. Part A. Would you read what it says for part A, Hadley?
What multiplication equation can be used to find the total number of students in the library?
All right, so remember we have the number of groups multiplied by the number in each group. So what should I write? I'll have Rosie write it on the screen once you say it.
So it would be 3 times 30, I believe.
Yes. Because 3 is the number of,
It's the number of groups, and then 30 is the number of students, so in the groups.
yep. So 3 times 30, and what is that, Dash? You can write it here if you want, Rosie.
Oh, sorry. Let me just erase this. Okay. 30.
Okay. Now I'm drawing 3 groups again. And I'm writing 30 students in each group. And Dashel, what was the thing about that students checking out books?
Well, each student checks out 3 books.
Coming?
Each person checks out 3 books. Sorry, 2 books.
2 books. So Hadley, what do you notice that I'm drawing in red down here?
You're drawing multiplication facts while starting with 30.
Okay. And why am I making it 30 times 2?
Because it's kind of hard to explain, but like there are 30 students.
Okay, so 30 students, got it.
And then
And how many groups?
check out 2 books.
They each check out 2. And then how many groups did we have?
We have 3 groups, so
Okay, so that's why we have 3 circles. How could I put into words in part B what I just did in my drawing? I would draw. You want to help us out, Dashel? Put into words the drawing
see.
that we have.
We could say, I would draw 3 times 30.
Maybe, should I say I would draw how many groups? Like I would draw 3 groups?
3 groups
I would draw 3 groups
Okay.
of
with 30 people in them.
Maybe I'll put with the number 30 in each.
Yeah.
In each 4 people. Then
Then you would count all the students or the people.
okay, which is
90.
90.
And I would multiply that by 2. Or then I would multiply that by 2.
Okay. Which is
180.
okay. So we should all write down what you see in blue for B. And actually, I like that yours is different, Dash, because I would have actually done mine a little bit differently. My answer would have been, I would draw 3 groups, and inside I would put 30 times 2 for 30 students with each. And then I would know that 30 times 2 is 60, and I would just add the 60 together 3 times and get 180. But I like your answer better.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah, but it's cool that with math you can do the same thing in different ways. And then for number 5, we would just click yes or no if these two factors equal 540. So does 8 times 70 equal 540?
No.
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 It's actually 560. What about 9 times 60?
9 times 60. Yes.
Yes. 5 times 40?
No.
No. And what's the last one say?
60 times 9. No. Yes.
Yes. 60 times 9 is the same as 9 times 60. Just the numbers are switched around a bit. All right, we are almost done with our lessons. So quickly, can I get out of this screen?
Not yet.
Let me just select this. I'll copy and
Miss
paste
Brown.
and put it in the chat box so that you can still see it.
Miss Brown.
The screen. Yes?
I actually did the problem of part A and different. Like 3 times 30, like 3 times 3 plus 3 makes 9. Then
Miss
added,
Brown.
then equals
Brown.
90.
Oh, so and then you did times 2 to get 180?
Uh-huh.
Wow, so you found a third way. I love it. And
In the chat box, you sent it to only me.
And even I'm writing a different thing.
thank you, Dash, for telling me that. Let me send it to everyone. Okay, so now the part B answer is in the chat box in case you ran out of time. So guys, our last job of the day is multiples. Multiples is simply a word that means when you multiply two numbers together. So let's take the 3s. I can multiply 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3. I could keep going, but let's just work on these first 3 together. 3 times 1 is
3.
3. Maybe I should use a different color. Okay, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2,
6.
and 3 times 3, 9.
3 times 9.
Numbers in red are what we call the multiples. So multiples simply means the answer after you've multiplied numbers together. Anybody want to explain what a multiple is to get to pick a number? Well, you've all got your hands up, so you'll all get a turn. Type it in the chat box so there's no cheating, right? Because you won't be able to like steal somebody else's answer. Go ahead and put it into your own words what a multiple is in the chat box. And if you can, be careful to send it just to me. But if not, we're all friends here. We're not going to get on each other about cheating. And while you're doing that, I'll share the screen to what our homework will be with mazes.
I don't really know what multiples mean.
That's okay, because we're going to review it together. Alrighty. So the numbers in red are my multiples, Ash, like 3 and 6 and 9. And how did I get those numbers? Did I add? Did I multiply?
Multiply?
I did. So a multiple means,
Multiply.
yeah, that is definitely a very simple way. Okay, it's the answer. That's part of it. So Rosie can pick dash the product of a number when you multiply. Like multiples of 3, we're starting with the same number.
But what I don't get is, I do get that you do 3 times 1 equals 3, but I don't get how something times 2 equals 6.
Oh, well, the 3, like we're always starting with 3. So it's like the 3 times the 1, the 3 times the 2, the 3 times the 3. So I will let you all pick a number. Yes, these are called multiples of 3. And the easiest way to think about multiples is it's like skip counting, because we're starting in the 3s and we're skip counting by 3s. 3, 6, 9.
Oh,
Rosie, your question?
Also, all of those answers, the multiples, the 3 is also a divisor of all of those, right?
Yes, thank you. All right, I put my little answer in the chat box, and I'll just do Hadley, Rosie, Ashley, and Dashel. Choose your number.
6.
Woo, got a star?
I like the rainbow color.
Hadley?
6.
All right, we'll let you pick the same number. That's fine. You get a star.
Oh,
Rosie?
4.
Ooh, I like it. You're taking a chance. Hey, it was a good chance. Ashley, number?
Mm,
I want to do one dance.
You can pick the same if you want.
5.
Oh, 5. Taking a chance. You got the happy dance. Woohoo. All right, guys. So for your homework, let me show you what we got here. These are called amazing multiples. The way that you solve these mazes, first skip count. Would you guys skip count by 3s for me?
3, 6,
3,
9,
6, 9, 12,
9, 12,
15.
15,
27,
It's kind of hard to hear.
3, 36,
8,
39,
18,
42,
What
45,
happened?
21,
51,
Good.
40,
did I get to
24,
53,
7,
57, 60, 63, 66, 69, 72. Oh,
Great job. Then we need to move through the maze, but we are not allowed to move in a diagonal line. So the key to remember is that some multiples, you just need to ignore them because they're trying to trick you. For example, 3, 6, 9. I am allowed to move and draw lines with any of the numbers that are multiples of 3, like 3, 6, 9. But what happens is when I went this way, I had to draw a diagonal line to get to the end of the maze, and we're not allowed to draw diagonal lines. So what I would do instead is try again, and I'll just ignore the number 9, even though technically it is a multiple of 3, because you can multiply 3 by 3 and get 9, but I'm just going to ignore it. And I was wondering if Dashel maybe would be willing to try to solve this one.
sure.
Okay,
Let me it.
so start with 0 and follow my line and try to get all the way down to the star over here. The numbers that you touch can have to be multiples of 3, like 3 times 1 is 3, that counts.
27.
Let's see.
36.
After 27, 18, that counts as a multiple of 3. And if you guys have ideas of what number you think Dashel should try next, you could shout it out.
9, 12. Oh no, don't do 12 because then you can get.
No, I can go 18, 24.
Oh yeah,
30.
yeah. You're right.
Maybe 3.
3, 21, 9.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Wait. Not the 25. Go from 9 to 15.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then 18. No, skip the 18. Just do 24.
Okay.
All right. And I'll use the spotlight if you guys want to shout out the numbers you see the spotlight moving towards.
24.
24.
27.
Hmm,
27. 6. 3. 12.
12,
24.
24.
24,
18.
18,
7.
mm,
Or,
oops,
no,
not 7.
wait, 21,
not 7. 8. 21. 9.
9,
We got
15.
stuck.
Oh no, we can keep going from 18
Oh, yes.
1 to 9. 15.
15, 27,
7, 24,
3,
No, wait. We need to figure this out.
3, 6.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh yeah, go from 24 to 15.
Yes. That's what I thought.
9,
9,
9,
21.
21.
I think he said hold it.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. 3, 24, 8.
No.
Wait.
No.
Yeah, don't
No.
do that. You gotta go to the left from 18 to 24.
24, 18,
9, 12,
6.
star.
Yes. That was amazing. Thanks for your help, Dashiell, and for everyone for shouting out numbers. All of that, what you just saw, is in your Google Drive. So
Wait, if I just did that, do
this-
I have to do it again?
No, we have mazes and answer keys. Can you guys see that answer key?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the work plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it shows you that Dashiell, what 2 mazes should you do?
11 and 12.
Rosie,
11 and 12.
Hadley,
9 and 10.
and Ashley.
7 and 8.
Great job. So if you go into Google Drive, can you see? Oh no, I can't move here. Move me over.
7.
Goodness gracious, I'll just type it in. Okay, you go into the Google Drive. And then
Wawa.
you find the student work folder that's shared with your parents. Right here. Student work folder. And then you click on April 20th. Then you click on Zoom.
Oh my.
And then there it is. There's the answer keys and the mazes. And you only have to do the couple of ones that are assigned to you. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Key to remember is just that the numbers, when you're moving through the maze, you can only touch the numbers that you use to skip count. Like when we were skip counting by 3s, I could only touch the certain numbers when I was skip counting. And I cannot move diagonally. All right, y'all. Well, virtual high fives all around. Do you guys have to go anywhere, like another meeting? Because it is 11:09.
Gotta go.
All right. If
Bye.
you go, bye. If you want to stay and play a game, you can. You got to go, Rosie?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you.
I mean, but it's in like 30-ish minutes, so I can stay for a little longer.
Okay. Can Hadley or Ashley, do you got to go or do you want to stay for a game?
Yeah.
I can stay.
Ashley can stay. Hadley, do you got to go?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you Thursday. Bye. Ashley and Rosie, here's some options for games. We could play scavenger hunt, 20 questions, or person, place, thing, animal.
Scavenger hunt.
Okay, sure.
Okay. We could each have a turn being the host. Like the host has to think of the 3 items. So like if Rosie is the host, then it'll be me versus Ashley. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Can I